Marcus Rashford as a player for Aston Villa when they when they went on against PSG in the Champions League showed us that he can be that player that Barcelona needs. In the match between Aston Villa and PSG in the Champions League, they almost knocked PSG out of the Champions League. And the funny thing is, Marcus Rashford played a very, very vital role in all of this. The second leg of the game against PSG, Marcus Rashford delivered a performance that shows that he can play or he can perform differently in high pressure and transitional games that can actually decide Champions League nights. Now, in this game against PSG, Marcus Rashford played as a central striker, and you know, it's not just about the fact that it was a threat in the final third. It is about its effectiveness with the ball. It was so effective that it caused trouble for PSG's defense, and this made PSG's defense fall back deeper and deeper. And this way, Marcus Rashford was able to create spaces for his teammates in order for them to exploit against PSG in the Champions League. Despite the fact that he had limited touches, it was beyond just a threat or a goal threat. He was really, really efficient with the ball. The way he dallied around in the final third of the opponents, the way he dallied around, you know, causing serious havoc against in the defense line or in the back line of the PSG team, just showed or just gave us a glimpse of how good, how effective, or the kind of potential that Marcus Rashford still possesses. And another thing I believe in is, if Marcus Rashford can deliver for a team like Manchester United when he did the way he did, if he can deliver having over 30 goals and assists for a team like Manchester United that we all know that the manager, okay, I mean, I wouldn't want to speak bad or I wouldn't want to speak ill about the manager, all right, but Hansi Flick, this is a manager that he has done his homework on Rafinha, he has done his homework on Pedri, he even did his homework on Fermin. Now imagine what he's going to do with a player like Marcus Rashford. Look, there is one thing I want us all to understand. Marcus Rashford falling into the hands of another manager is going to be a different player. It's going to be an entirely different player, like entirely different player. Now that is a no-brainer. It is something that we cannot even argue about. But there is one thing that I am confident about, that Marcus Rashford under Hansi Flick. Oh my God. Marcus Rashford playing under a manager like Hansi Flick. Not to mention, Hansi Flick himself he played a pertinent role in pushing or the signing of Marcus Rashford. He's just telling us, or he's just proving to us that Marcus Rashford under Hansi Flick is going to be a total different beast. The kind of beast that you just ask yourself, okay, where was this potential before he came to Barcelona? See, we all know Marcus Rashford of Manchester United. We all know Marcus Rashford of Aston Villa. There is one thing I want us all to understand now. There is going to be a Marcus Rashford of Hansi Flick, a Marcus Rashford of FC Barcelona. And I promise you all that you are not ready. You are not ready. Okay, now, in case you guys think I'm bluffing here, Marcus Rashford against PSG, the way he created the chances he created, his link up play, his decision making is one that I know that Hansi Flick is going to really, really work on. And another thing that we all are not seeing, another thing that we all might be missing out. I mean, I'm sure this is something we all know, that Marcus Rashford in a 1v1 is a goat. Against PSG, he completed 4 dribbles, and this was more than any player on the pitch. Now, whether in open spaces or in tight areas, they struggled They struggle to contain Marcus Rashford, and his unpredictability eventually led to a brilliant assist. See, you would all agree with me when I tell you that there is no way you will count 10 good or 10 top strikers without mentioning the name of Marcus Rashford. And that is the truth. This is not about the fact that he's eventually becoming a Barcelona player and so I'm glazing. No, there is no way you mention 10 top strikers that you will not mention Marcus Rashford. This is not me saying that he's on the level of the likes of Ronaldo and but the truth is, I'm trying to tell you that he's that good. He's that good. And I mean, we all know that currently, the position of a striker is what we are probably lagging on. And financially, we're not there to even think of wanting to go for a striker. Now, there are days that we feel that Lewandowski would probably need to rest. There are days, we all know Ferran Torres is a super sub. Now, it is said that Hansi Flick did not even consider Marcus Rashford a starter. Now, imagine imagine we have our team like this. See, it just makes it easy for Hansi Flick to rotate the squad. Imagine Rashford coming in as a sub for Rafinha in the left wing position, then Ferran Torres going in, feeding the shoes of Lewandowski as a striker. Then Rooney Badji, do not forget Rooney Badji going in as a sub for Lamine Yamal. What else do we want? What we can even play Marcus Rashford as a striker if we want. In the game against PSG, Aston Villa PSG, their third goal was from an individual brilliance was through an individual brilliance from, or let me say, by Marcus Rashford. Now, when we talk about individual brilliance, Marcus Rashford was the reason they had the third goal, or let me say, his individual brilliance was the reason Aston Villa got their third goal against PSG. Now, Marcus Rashford picking up the ball, spawning around, or let me say, making it past two different players, two opponents, only to give the perfect assist that shifted or that adjusted, that drifted the momentum of the game in Aston Villa's favor. And make no mistake, Marcus Rashford, yes, he did not score, but that does not mean that he did not make an attempt. That does not mean that he did not get the opportunity to score. Of course, we all know Donnarumma. We all know how good Donnarumma is. Marcus Rashford had two opportunities to score a goal or to score two goals that night. Well, of course, he was denied by Donnarumma. But the takeaway in all of this is the fact that, despite the fact that Marcus Rashford was surrounded by these star players, surrounded by Dembele, Vitinha, those players from PSG, he managed to turn up. He got a very, very good rating. He left the pitch as one of the best players that night. Now, the question is, do you still think this is not the profile we want? See, it's a win-win. It's a win-win for us at the end of the day. He's taking a pay cut to play for FC Barcelona. He's intentional. He's intentional about playing for Barcelona. We all remember what Johan Cruyff said, saying if you have to second guess, if you have to doubt yourself about playing for a team like FC Barcelona, then we do not need you. Now that's okay. That is in the case of Nico Williams, but I don't want to talk about that. Now, Marcus Rashford has done everything from the interviews to posts to likes to comments to followings. Just barely 24 hours after the announcement, after the here we go, we all saw Marcus Rashford following virtually all the players in FC Barcelona. Now, what more do we want? That aside, he offers versatility to the team. He can play as a left winger. He can also play as a striker. Not to mention, with Hansi Flick, we can all be rest assured that Marcus Rashford in Barcelona is going to be a different kind of beast. Now two things. If he succeeds, a win is a win. A win is a win. But if he does not succeed in Barcelona, of which I do not think that is going to happen, but if it does happen, we dodge a financial blow. We move on in the next transfer window and get ourselves another left winger. Hopefully by then, our financial state would have been better or different. So at the end of the day, it is a win-win situation for Barcelona. So Dre, I saw that you said you do not like Rashford. I can understand if you say you do not like Rashford. Now the Rashford that you do not like is the Rashford of Manchester United, the Rashford of Aston Villa. Wait till you see the Rashford of Hansi Flick. Wait until you see the Rashford of Barcelona. And for apart from the fact that our financial state and everything, see, given our financial state, this is the only deal we can pull. Let's just all be realistic with ourselves. This is the only deal we can pull off successfully. Truth is, like I said, if he succeeds, it is a win for us. And if he doesn't, we move on, take our bag, pick our L, take our L, and move on to signing another left winger. But then, like I always say, this is just my thought. This is just my thought. I really, I mean, this is this is uh this is why I think Rashford to Barcelona is a really brilliant move for us. And I'm not gonna lie, Rashford to Barcelona, expenses, our costs. I mean, see, all that is left for us at this point is for us to go all out for a fullback. It's for us to go all out for a left back. See, pulling the deal of pulling off the deal of Joan Garcia, pulling off the deal of Rooney Badji, pulling off the deal of Marcus Rashford now. It really can't get better given our financial state currently. It honestly cannot get better. And I just really want to put this out there that in case we all think that our voice is not heard, in case we all think that our voice as a player isn't loud enough, it's a lie. Our voice is really loud, really loud. It echoes more than we all think. Now, when we were all, when we all started the hashtag Ter Stegen out, Ter Stegen out, Ter Stegen out, we wanted Joan Garcia. We were all clamoring for it on earth. We clamored for the signing of Joan Garcia. And guess what? The board heard. They pulled it off. Now we said, enough with this Luis Diaz's case. Enough with Luis Diaz. We want Rashford. He's dying to come. When we then started the hashtag, Deco out, Deco out, Deco out, they did the needful. So as a Couler, as a Barcelona fan, don't ever think that your voice is not heard. The littlest way, the minutest way that you think you can lend your voice to the progress of this club, to the progress of this team. Forget about the fact that, oh, I don't have direct access to Barcelona. I don't have direct access to Laporta. The social media that we are all using is really a great tool. So for every little opportunity that you get, please, and mind you, these people watch videos, they read posts, they read tweets. Deco is on X, is on Instagram. I'm pretty sure they all watch YouTube videos. So they're seeing our rants, they are seeing our bands, they are seeing everything. So they listen. Now, no matter where you see any post from a Barcelona fan, from a Couler, and you think you should, or you think you have one or two things to say, please don't hesitate to drop a point or two. That can actually go a long way. Now, that is how much your voice means to this club, because of course we are a family. More than a club is who we are. Now, this is what I think about Rashford's move to Barcelona. I really think at the end of the day, it's a win-win situation for us. We get to manage our financial state, and then we get to successfully fill the blank, or fill the position that we so really intend to fill going forward. But of course, this is just my thoughts. I would really love to know what you make. I really love to know what you make about this deal, this Marcus Rashford move to Barcelona. I really love to know what you make of it in the comment section. Do you think the move is a smart one? Do you think it is what we need? Do you think it's going to really do well in the club? Do you think under Hansi Flick is going to really perform very well? Or let me say, do you think it fits the kind of profile that we want? Just let me know what you think about all this in the comment section. And as always, Visca Barca, Visca El Catalonia. I'll see you guys again very soon. Mind you, are you guys getting ready? Are you getting pumped up? Because July 27th, we feast. Hansi Flick ball returns, and so we feast. We all have like a few days left, because I know that by July 27th, These people will be the one determining or deciding the state or our mental states. All right. So let's do whatever thing we can do. Get ready, get pumped. I'm going to come here with all the energy that I've got to tell you guys, also gist with you guys after the game. So what I'm saying now is if you haven't gotten your jersey, ensure to get it. And if you've gotten your jersey, keep your hands under your chin and get ready as the preseason tour kicks off July 27th. And of course, before then, I'll still see you guys again with another video. My name still remains at Dejoke at DVC. And as always, Visca Barça, Visca El Catalonia. I love you guys so, so much. Bye.